with her parents Tony and Shayna Cerulli.
Good afternoon. We got the senior ceremonies here at Foxcroft Academy. We'll be back with you for the broadcast in just a minute.
All right, next senior, Anastasia Curtis, with her parents with her mom Amanda Curtis. All right, then we have senior Grace Green with her parents Nikki and Scott Green. Okay, now senior Alexis Heritakas with her parents John and Louise Heritakas. Next senior is Madison Kimball with her parents and loved ones Josh, Bridget, and Kira. And the last basketball girl senior for today is Kirsten Newt with her parents Nicole, Caleb Newt, and her little brother Graydon. Again, let's have a round of applause for all the seniors!
Well, you saw the senior presentation. We want to thank you for joining us here this afternoon. We're at Foxcroft Academy We got a big girls matchup in the Big East Conference as the Presque Isle Wildcats are in town to take on the Foxcroft Academy Ponies. My name is Chris Lesner. I'm joined by Zach White. We'll be doing the commentary for you today. Got Mark Kalman running the camera and producing this one. Zach, as we keep saying, we're getting down to the last few games of the regular season. Nothing bigger than this game here this afternoon.
Absolutely, and as you enter kind of the final half or final couple portions, really, as you mentioned, Chris, of the season, every game becomes the most important one of your season, and this is a day of basketball where that could not be more true. We're going to be talking about it all throughout the afternoon, but we've got teams battling for playoff positioning right around the same spots in the rankings. So this is going to be a huge day of basketball between the Foxcroft Academy Ponies and the Presque Isle Wildcats.
Yeah, Presque Isle's number 8 right now at 9-7. Foxcroft number 11. Remember, the top 11 make it in Class B North. They are just fractions of a point higher than WA, who's in 12th right now. So even bigger game for the Ponies. Still a big game for the Wildcats as well, though.
Absolutely, and you want to be entering the playoff portion of your season, if that's where you're at, on a high note. So both of these teams, in general, you're going to want to be winning games, period, but especially as you are starting to make your playoff push. But for the Ponies, you're coming in. You are on the bubble. You are on that last playoff positioning, and you got to understand that right now you control your destiny. If you win your games and handle your business, you're going to be putting yourself in a good situation. But if those things aren't falling in line, if you're not winning these games, then you're kind of leaving things up to chance and opportunities for other teams like WA, who's right there, right behind them, giving them a chance to slide in and potentially knock Foxcroft out of the playoff positioning.
Yeah, Presque Isle comes in. They've won 2 out of the last 3 games. They beat Washington Academy on January 20th, 43-34. Then last time out on January 25th, they beat Ellsworth, 41-29. Foxcroft has suffered some tough losses of late. Lost 3 in a row. They lost to Ellsworth, Old Town, and then real tough 31-30 loss last time out against Herman.
Yeah, and talking to Coach Muzzy, those are all games that they were in and easily could have gone the other way. The reality is they didn't, and they're at the position they're at right now. But in reality, in Class B, we've seen it all year. These teams can be competitive with anybody in the class, really, and those games are a great example where if a couple things go their way, another thing Coach Muzzy talked about was free throw shooting and kind of the woes that were coming from the free throw line. And if you get a couple more of those to go your way, the difference is you might win some of those games, but the reality still is today you have the opportunity to help control your destiny, and you can come out and win this one today.
Yeah, and the last time these two teams met up in Presque Isle back on December 14th, it was a 6-point win for the Wildcats. That gives you any idea of how this game might go this afternoon.
Yeah, and talking to Coach Muzzy, again, he had mentioned before, that was a tough physical game that he had felt like the Ponies were in control of for a majority of that game, and then kind of in the last minute, 6 points might actually make it seem like a bigger margin than it really was.
I think the Wildcats got 15 free throws in that game, so that made the difference.
And a player that was mentioned that we're going to mention later in this broadcast as well is Jan Curtis, had some offensive rebounds, easy putbacks, and what she can do out there on the floor cannot be understated for the Presque Isle Wildcats. But those couple things going their way was something that Coach Muzzy talks about wanting to kind of change and fine-tune in their matchup today.
Yeah, and certainly being down to the last couple games of the season for these two teams, you're less than 2 weeks away from the tournament beginning in Bangor. You're hoping to get in that prelim round, win that game, find yourself to getting yourself to Bangor, and then once you get to Bangor, anything can happen. We've seen it before.
We've seen it before, and we'll see it again, Chris, and that's the reality of playoff season and time. And in reality, these two clubs, very well-coached teams, pretty disciplined clubs, they're going to be out here understanding that this is almost essentially playoff atmosphere level. In the Presque Isle Wildcats, they're competing to try to get a home prelim and trying to battle for positioning, and even just the fact that you want to be playing your best basketball this time of the year. Sure, they're in right now, and they're feeling pretty comfortable about having a prelim, but the reality is you still got to be playing your best basketball, and the opportunity to have a home prelim, that is a huge opportunity and not one that the Wildcats are going to want to throw away either.
Well, it is senior day here at Foxcroft Academy, and there's a lot of excitement in the gym. Feels like a playoff atmosphere. We got the same kind of game later when the boys match up. That's going to be number 12 against number 13. Going to have the same kind of, and the gym's filling up. It should be a great atmosphere and a good day of basketball here.
And anytime you can get out on a Saturday and have a pretty complete day. I mean, there's going to be 4 games total in the gym We've already had the JV action on the ladies' side. That one went the way of the Wildcats. We brought that to you. Obviously, we have this game coming up, and then the men's action to follow. So, Chris, it is a really fun atmosphere in here already. I expect that to just pick up and continue throughout the day.
Well, we want to thank especially all of our sponsors that have sponsored. We wouldn't be here without them. And what we're going to do is let you see some of those sponsors, take it over to our commercials. We'll be back with you more on the post game here on East Maine Sports Media.
My name is Rick Ames, and now we have an office in Dexter, which is what we consider our hometown now. We still have our office in Lincoln, and we're loving that. We're looking forward to helping you naturally feel and be your very best.
Brothers Meats is a family-owned and operated business located in Guilford, Maine. We operate a local retail meat market along with a slaughterhouse, smokehouse, and processing plants. Herring Brothers has all sorts of meats from already pre-cut all the way to cutting it right on the spot for you. Also, while you're there, don't forget to try their wicked good beef jerky that is made right in Guilford, Maine. Call them at 207-876-4395 or visit them at 346 Water Street Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Go and stop by Kimball Insurance for all your insurance needs. Whether it be auto, home, farm, business, life, or health insurance, we have you covered. Our agents are ready to serve you and help you with your needs. Visit us at Kimball Insurance at 91 Main Street in Sangerville, Maine, online at KimballInsuranceAgency.com, or visit us on Facebook to see what we can do for you. Kimball's, your insurance is our business. To Rouse Garage in Dover Foxcroft to discover the difference between walking into a local dealership versus a big dealer that uses high-pressure tactics the second you drive onto the lot. From selling you a vehicle to servicing a vehicle, Rouse Garage will treat you like you are the only customer. While you're there, check out their state-of-the-art automatic car wash. Rouse Garage, call them at 207-564-3434 or visit them at 191 East Main Street in Dover Foxcroft, Maine.
And softball training facility has the perfect gift for the budding all-star on your holiday shopping list. Give the gift of training. Sluggers offers both group and one-on-one lessons for all levels. Give the gift of experience. From batting cages to advanced technology, Sluggers is the perfect place to get practice and improve skills. Give the gift of competition. Joining a travel team at Sluggers is a great way to learn and grow with new friends. You're sure to hit it out of the park when you give the gift of Sluggers.
My name is Rick Ames, and now we have an office in Dexter, which is what we consider our hometown now. We still have our office in Lincoln, and we're loving that. We're looking forward to helping you naturally feel and be your very best.
Building or remodeling a home or office and need electrical work? Call Ideal Energy Solutions. Ideal Energy Solutions is ready to wire your building right. Don't settle for less than ideal. Go with Ideal Energy Solutions. Call today.
We are the NFHS. That stands for the National Federation of State High School Associations. But really, what we stand for, together with the MPA, are the 49,000 high school sports and performing arts students in Maine. And so we stand. We stand for the runners, debate team members, and basketball players. We stand for their coaches, officials, and adjudicators. We stand for the drummers, football players, and actors. We stand for the golfers, singers, and swimmers. We stand as the national leader and advocate for these essential activities and all who participate in them and make them possible, because it is our purpose to ensure that high school students get to play, perform, and compete together. To learn more about who we are and what we stand for, visit nfhs.org.
And stop by Kimball Insurance for all your insurance needs. Whether it be auto, home, farm, business, life, or health insurance, we have you covered. Our agents are ready to serve you and help you with your needs. Visit us at Kimball Insurance at 91 Main Street in Sangerville, Maine, online at KimballInsuranceAgency.com or visit us on Facebook to see what we can do for you. Kimball's, your insurance is our business. To Rouse Garage in Dover Foxcroft to discover the difference between walking into a local dealership versus a big dealer that uses high-pressure tactics the second you drive onto the lot. From selling you a vehicle to servicing your vehicle, Rouse Garage will treat you like you are the only customer. While you're there, check out their state-of-the-art automatic car wash. Rouse Garage, call them at 207-564-3434 or visit them at 191 East Main Street in Dover Foxcroft, Maine. Brothers Meats is a family-owned and operated business located in Guilford, Maine. We operate a local retail meat market along with a slaughterhouse, smokehouse, and processing plants. Herring Brothers has all sorts of meats from already pre-cut all the way to cutting it right on the spot for you. Also, while you're there, don't forget to try their wicked good beef jerky that is made right in Guilford, Maine. Call them at 207-876-4395 or visit them at 346 Water Street Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
And softball training facility has the perfect gift for the budding all-star on your holiday shopping list. Give the gift of training. Sluggers offers both group and one-on-one lessons for all levels. Give the gift of experience. From batting cages to advanced technology, Sluggers is the perfect place to get practice and improve skills. Give the gift of competition. Joining a travel team at Sluggers is a great way to learn and grow with new friends. You're sure to hit it out of the park when you give the gift of Sluggers.
Building or remodeling a home or office and need electrical work? Call Ideal Energy Solutions. Ideal Energy Solutions is ready to wire your building right. Don't settle for less than ideal. Go with Ideal Energy Solutions. Call today.
Back here to Foxcroft Academy for the girls' game between the Foxcroft Academy Ponies and the Presque Isle Wildcats. This is actually the pregame, Zach, not the postgame, like I said before we took commercial. Some of the players, some of the participants in this game we should be watching out for. One you already mentioned, Jan Curtis for Presque Isle, 11.7 points per game, 6.9 rebounds, 3.5 assists.
Yeah, I mean, what she does out there on the floor cannot be understated, and just the presence that Jan has on the floor and the attention that she commands. I mean, the stats are one thing, but the ability to draw that much focus and emphasis really opens up her teammates without having it to be an open assist.
Yeah, and Marion Young also does a great job for them. 8.5 points a game, 9 rebounds a game. And on the other side, you look at the Foxcroft Academy Ponies, players we should be watching out for today: Allie Cook, Addie Day, Madison Kimball, and the freshman, Nola Mason.
Yeah, and Allie Cook for me is the X factor. If Cook can get cooking and start knocking down shots from the outside like she is very capable of doing, it really stretches a defense and makes it very tough to guard this Ponies team. Obviously, Nola Mason is really the straw that stirs the drink for the Ponies, but all around, when they are knocking down shots from behind the arc, they're a super tough team to guard and defend. Point of emphasis for this one is going to be knockdown free throws, though. You mentioned it before. Last time it was a physical game. Don't expect that to change with all that's on the line. So it's going to come down to making shots from the line in this one for the Ponies, which has been a struggle over their last 3 close losses.
Yeah, they've been shooting somewhere around under 50% in those games. So take over for a second, Zach. Maybe tell them about some of the other sponsors.
Yeah, we want to thank the Sluggers Training Facility, Kimball Insurance, Rouse Garage and Car Wash, Ideal Energy Solutions, Black Bear Crane, Ames Chiropractic, and Herring Brothers for their sponsorship of Eastern Maine Sports, coverage of Maine high school sports. Want to thank all of them and all the other sponsors that have helped make these broadcasts free and available.
Thank you for that. And we're just about to get the lineups here. I'm kind of losing my voice a little bit. It'll be good.
Well, Chris, it's going to be a long day of basketball, so we'll see how it goes, but it is a day full of intense action and a lot on the line. It should be a good one inside the gym, Chris, and just as a reminder for folks, it is going to be a doubleheader. Really 4 games total. We got this one, JV to follow on the men's side, and then the men's varsity game later on this evening. That is also going to be part of senior activities here at Foxcroft Academy.
Yeah, it should be good. Seems like both matchups on the boys and girls side are fairly even. And should be close games, good games, for sure.
Fun.
I'm just waiting for the lineups here at Foxcroft Academy. Good crowd on hand for senior day here, and we'll take it over and get those lineups. We'll be back with you for the broadcast.
All right, so good day again. So what's good, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the campus of Foxcroft Academy. basketball game between the visiting Presque Isle Wildcats and your Foxcroft Academy Ponies. Foxcroft Academy and Presque Isle are both members of the Big East Basketball Conference, and we value sportsmanship. So please cheer positively for our players involved, and we hope you enjoy today's game. Now let's meet the starters for this contest. First, for visiting Presque Isle. Number 1, Carlin Buck. Number 12, Maddie Putnam. Number 22, Marion Young. Number 50, Georgiana Curtis. Number 52, Lenora Curtis. Presque Isle is coached by Crystal Llewellyn and assisted by Emma Bloom and Tyler St. Pierre. And now the starting lineup for your Foxcroft Academy Ponies. Number 2, Ellie Court. Number 3, Eddie Day. Number 12, Maddie Kimball. Number 22, Noah Mason. And number 41, Kirsten Newt. The Ponies are coached by Tyler Muzzy, assisted by Josh Kimball, Morgan Whitman, and Allie Bjornson. The officials for today's game are Mr. Winchester, Mr. Raven, and Mr. Clark. Now we ask you all to please rise and as we're playing our national anthem.
Got the lineups in the anthem and getting ready for basketball action. Maybe we can go over the lineups for those who missed them. Did you get the Presque Isle Wildcats?
Yeah, starting for the Presque Isle Wildcats, you have number 1, Carolyn Buck, number 12, Maddie Putnam, number 22, Marion Young, number 50, Jan Curtis, and number 52, Lenora Curtis.
And for Foxcroft Academy, it's number 2, Allie Cook, number 3, Addie Day, number 12, Madison Kimball, number 22, Nola Mason, and number 41, Kirsten Newt. So we get Mason and Young to tip it up here to get underway here at Foxcroft Academy. Should be a lot of fun. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Referees looking at each other.
Some
Guess
extra
we're ready to
excitement
go.
on the lineup there.
Yeah. One by Presque Isle. I think they might have missed the backcourt violation right away off that tip.
Yeah, it was tough to see if that foot was still on the line or exactly the body positioning, but it certainly was close.
Here's Curtis with a 3. No good.
Early attempt, and it was out of a zone for the Ponies, starting off in a 2-3, something that they implement quite often on the defensive side of things, but that was a clean look for Jan Curtis, just off the mark there, Chris.
Got the 2 Curtises out there with Lenora and Jan. Lenora's 50. Jan is 52. Here's Foxcroft with their first possession. In the corner to Kimball. Mason and Kimball playing catch. Tipped out of bounds there by Buck. It's going to stay with the Ponies.
Looked like maybe a little bit of a miscommunication on the offensive set there for the Ponies as they try to settle in offensively in their first possession of the game.
Day with it. Up top to Newt. Back over to Day. Looks inside to Newt, and that was knocked away. It was Young with the deflection there for the Wildcats.
Good steal.
Here they come.
Early.
Jumper there by Jan Curtis, no good. And here comes Foxcroft. We're just underway, just over a minute in. I'm going to have a traveling violation here on Day.
Well, a couple of turnovers in a row for the Ponies that just seem a little out of rhythm to start the game offensively. It's a player-to-player defense being implemented by the Wildcats, but just disruptive enough to force a couple turnovers early on here.
Jan Curtis looks over in the corner here. It's Buck with the basketball.
The Wildcats are doing a really good job of flashing against this zone, Chris. Having some good looks, just not executing thus far.
Shot by Young is no good. Rebound, I think, knocked out by Presque Isle. It was. It's Foxcroft ball. See if the Ponies can do something here and get a shot at the rim.
Player tying their shoe. Going to reset it out of bounds here. Give time for Jan Curtis to lace them up before returning to action.
Comes Day. Here come the Ponies. A couple turnovers here to start for them. Inside to Kimball. Three-pointer by Mason is going to be short. It's going to go out of bounds to Presque Isle.
It was a good initial cut by Kimball, who was open on the action. Just a pass given a little bit late, but a good pass back to Mason. I think it was tipped initially on that shot by Noah Mason. So good defense and active hands by the Wildcats.
Jan Curtis with it. To Young. Looking inside to Lenora Curtis. Back over to Buck for a three. Too long. Cook came down with the rebound. Here come the Ponies once again.
Cook might not be the tallest player out there on the floor, but she knows how to find the rebounds in this one. Offensively, defensively, she keeps possessions alive and gains possessions back for her Ponies club night in, night out.
Here's Day with it. Kimball.
Really impressed with that help defense.
Here's Kimball with a baseline jumper. No good. Rebound. Jan Curtis had it knocked out of her hand, but it's going to go to the Wildcats.
Jan and Lenora Curtis are doing a really good job of kind of controlling the low blocks and running short corner to short corner, not really allowing anything on the inside for the Ponies. Addie Day's drive was turned away. Forced up an opportunity.
Three by Young is no good. Rebound by Putnam. Going to go to a three-pointer by Putnam in the corner. That's short. Kimball's got the rebound. No score. 3 minutes in. Kimball down the lane. Contact there. No call. Here comes Jan Curtis with it the other way for the Wildcats.
They let him play right there, Chris.
I'm not going to call that one. That's going to call a block on Addie Day.
Well, neither side bashful about trying to take the contact and get the possession back. That's Day's first foul of the game.
Buck get it back out front to Putnam. Young with it. She's going to take three. That's short. Rebound tipped around. It's going to stay with Presque Isle.
Well, if you're Coach Crystal Flewelling, you can't be upset about the looks you're getting, as there is a substitution coming in. It's going to be Lenora Curtis headed to the bench, and it's going to be Brianna Burlock checking in for the Wildcats. You can't be upset about the looks. It just boils down to making the shots.
Long pass is picked off by Kimball. She gets it back for the Ponies. Still no score. 3.5 minutes in. Here's Newt to Mason. Offensive foul. They're going to call a foul on the offensive side on Newt, I believe.
Yeah, and I think that's a little bit of some frustration maybe there, as both sides still struggling to find, a basket in this one, trying to create an opportunity. And again, this is going to be a tough physical ball game. Something to watch for, though, in this one.
These teams seem to always be in low-scoring defensive battles on both sides. Wildcats and Ponies both seem to play very, very low-scoring games throughout the course of the season. Good block there by Newt. Takes it right away from Buck.
And after committing the foul at one end, gets the ball right back for her team. Good defensive stand inside by Newt.
Well, they look for her on the other side. Day tried to pass it in, but it was knocked away by the Wildcats. Still looking for our first score here. Jan Curtis goes in. 2-pointer there for Jan Curtis. Breaks the ice here. Just over 4 minutes in.
Yeah, we're looking for the points, and Jan Curtis found him there, Chris.
Got that one to roll in. Call that the shooter's touch. Here's Cook. Newt. Day. Good ball movement by the Ponies. Mason for three. Bang! That's what she can do.
Lid might be off the rim here, Chris.
Not going to keep her quiet for long. Here's Curtis with a pull-up. No good. Deflected. Buck lost it out, and it's going to go back to the Ponies.
Chris, you made a very good observation. Last offensive set down for the Ponies, though. It was ball movement that created the opportunity. It's been a lot of player movement not going their way, but that time, good swing across the perimeter created a really good opportunity for Nola Mason. Look to see if they go back to that down here.
Yeah, generally, good ball movement will get you good shots, usually. There's Mason in the lane. Kimball. Shot no good. Offensive rebound by Mason. She goes up strong, no good. Jan Curtis got the rebound for the Wildcats. She's on the floor with that. Now they're going to call timeout. Yep. Coach Flying wants a 30-second timeout. We'll keep her right here. Good kind of defense on both sides, though, of the ball so far for both teams.
And it is an early day basketball game. I mean, you're not playing it at your typical times. Both sides definitely, when they step onto the floor, they're ready to play. I'm not saying that, but at the same time, feeling each other out a little bit. Last game, it was tough and physical and low scoring. It was a 26-32 affair. We're seeing that same style of defense, and overall, Chris, it's been a really good job by both sides boxing out and not allowing a ton of second chance opportunities, which is kind of leading to the low scoring game we have so far. Has been a lot of one and dones.
Yeah, absolutely, and see what happens here. Good 30-second timeout there by Coach Welling to keep that possession for the Wildcats. See what they can come up with here after that timeout. It's Curtis with the ball, being guarded by Day. Putnam looks inside to Young. She's guarded by two players there. There's a shot from the outside by Burlock, no good. Rebound by Mason. Here comes Mason through the lane, floats it up, good!
Mason's playing with a little extra energy right now. After she hit that three, she's been playing a lot more aggressively.
All 5 points have come from Mason. It's 5-2 Ponies. Curtis with the pull-up. She gets the shooter's roll again. All four, so it's Curtis versus Mason so far.
And the rim's been kind to Jan Curtis twice on 2 shot attempts. Gets that one to go.
There's Mason. It's to Kimball, now to Day. Day wants to go into the lane. Puts it up, it's good. Nice looking shot there by Day.
Great floater. It was good help defense, but good recognition by Day, able to just float that one above the defense.
Looked inside the Burlock, and she got it tipped out of bounds. Going to stay with the Wildcats. 1:55 left here in this first quarter. 3-point lead for the Ponies, and really a must-win game for Foxcroft. There's Putnam with it. Burlock, Jan Curtis for three. Buries it. 7 for Curtis.
That's just a huge sequence there, Chris. And so far it's been Curtis stepping up to answer the call. All 7 in this one for the Wildcats.
Kimball with it. Looks to Mason. She wants to go in the lane. Now she's going to pass it back out to Cook. Now to Kimball. Kimball takes a couple dribbles towards the basket. Now drops it off for a jumper by Newt. That's no good. Rebound by Young.
It was good action. Sorry, it was good action there by the Ponies, but just not able to knock it down on that attempt, and good box out by the Wildcats.
Long 3-pointer here, off the rim, no good there by Putnam that took that shot. Ponies trying to regain the lead here. Mason with it. Kimball. Day. Now Kimball into Day. It's going to be fouled.
And one thing I've noticed as this first quarter's gone on, Chris, and this is one of the things that can come up when you're playing a player-to-player defense, is the back cuts and the face cuts become a lot more available. And a few times there before Day had this opportunity coming from the line, there were some players open for the Ponies. So Day ultimately knocks down the first free throw and had a good look on her attempt. So look to see if that's something the Ponies are going to go back to here.
It's Rihanna Desjardins checking in for the Wildcats as Putnam takes a seat on the bench for Presque Isle. Second free throw, no good. Rebound by Young for the Wildcats.
Tough physical rebound inside by Marion Young. And free throws, got to be something to watch here. Coach Muzzy, point of emphasis before the game started. A lot of contact, no call there, Chris.
Yeah, it has been a few of those this first quarter. Here's Day with it. 25 seconds left here in this first quarter. The Ponies holding on to a 1-point lead.
See if they try to hold for one shot here, Chris.
Certainly looks like they will. Backing it out now. 10 seconds remaining. Now they're going to go. And there's going to be a foul committed here on Presque Isle by Burlock.
It's going to create a side out of bounds opportunity for the Ponies. Chance to draw something up with 9.2 left.
Here's Day. Long three by Mason is short. Rebound came down to Presque Isle. That's how we're going to end the first quarter with Foxcroft leading 8-7. Back with you here on Eastern Maine Sports Media in a minute.
To Rouse Garage in Dover Foxcroft to discover the difference between walking into a local dealership versus a big dealer that uses high-pressure tactics the second you drive onto the lot. From selling you a vehicle to servicing your vehicle, Rouse Garage will treat you like you are the only customer. While you're there, check out their state-of-the-art automatic car wash. Rouse Garage, call them at 207-564-3434 or visit them at 191 East Main Street in Dover Foxcroft, Maine. Brothers Meats is a family-owned and operated business located in Guilford, Maine. We operate a local retail meat market along with a slaughterhouse, smokehouse, and processing plants. Herring Brothers has all sorts of meats from already pre-cut all the way to cutting it right on the spot for you. Also, while you're there, don't forget to try their wicked good beef jerky that is made right in Guilford, Maine. Call them at 207-876-4395 or visit them at 346 Water Street Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Welcome back to Foxcroft Academy. 8-7. Foxcroft after one quarter, and really kind of what we expected we saw there in the first quarter.
And it kind of felt like an offensive explosion because it was really no points for the first 4 minutes of the quarter. So both sides settled in. Really, Jan Curtis settled it in for the Wildcats. All 7 in that opening quarter for their side.
There's a shot by Kimball. It's going to go off no good, and it's going to go over to Presque Isle.
I think you're happy with that if you're Coach Muzzy. I mean, you drew up a play, your team executed it to perfection. Just didn't go down, but that was a great setup, and Maddie Kimball had a great look at a shot she can definitely make.
Here's Jan Curtis with the basketball. Here's a shot from the outside that's up no good there by Desjardins. It's going to go out of bounds and back to Foxcroft.
A lot of the action for the Wildcats is coming perimeter centered, so not a lot happening nearer to the rim. Something to watch as this game goes on is with both of the Curtis girls underneath, that is probably an advantage they have, but so far good job by the Ponies not allowing that.
Here's Day. Mason with it. Cook. Again, good ball movement by the Ponies. That's where you're going to find your best shots. Presque Isle's done a little bit better job of guarding the perimeter, being a little bit closer up on Mason as well. Don't want to leave her open. Here's Cook. She fakes, goes into the lane, kicks it in the corner for a Kimball jumper. That's too long. Tipped around by Lenora Curtis and Newt that were battling for that. It's going to go back to Presque Isle.
There's been a lot of battling and balls going out of bounds off of the rebound.
A lot of rebounding action.
Yeah,
yep.
Everyone's battling for it, so it's been good action.
Comes Jan Curtis for the Wildcats, down by 1 here early in the second quarter. Here's a three-pointer. That's good. That's number 13, Brianna Burlock, with a three-pointer for the Wildcats to give them the lead. Three-pointer by Kimball. No good. Rebound by the Wildcats. Marion Young with that rebound.
She's got 3 rebounds so far in this one, but she's done a really good job of boxing out in general.
Ooh. Some action here on the floor. Lenora Curtis had it. Kimball did a good job of defending, and then they rolled on the floor. The ball came loose, and out of all that, foul on Foxcroft.
You think this game matters to the players out there on the floor, Chris? They're leaving
Certainly
it all out
does.
there.
Comes Buck back into the game, replacing Lenora Curtis for the Wildcats.
Coach Crystal Flewelling just giving her a breather right there. Did go down a little rough, but ran off the floor under her own power. I'm sure she'll be back before too long.
Jan Curtis kind of banged into Addie Day.
Yeah,
could have been one of those flop warning type things right there. That was close to being one, I
It was
think.
a situation where Day's definitely trying to take advantage and try to get an offensive foul, but good defense by Nola Mason blocked it away. It did come down to Curtis, but just out of bounds and on the end line when she caught it.
Here's Cook on the baseline. Goes up, no good. Jan Curtis with the rebound.
Yeah, it's been tough sledding so far for Allie Cook. Hasn't had a ton of run offensively. Almost a near steal right there. Look to see if the Ponies can get her going, get her a clean look from behind the arc.
Buck in the corner to Putnam. That was Burlock, I'm sorry. 13, Burlock. She takes a jumper. High rising jumper that she nearly made. Rebound came down to Young. She puts it up and in, and Presque Isle has a 4-point lead.
And their first points of the ball game, but again, rebounding-wise, she's been all over the place, and that time on the offensive end, able to earn some points for her club.
I think that might be the biggest lead of the day so far for the Wildcats. Might be the biggest lead of the game either way, actually. I think Foxcroft had a 3-point lead there in the first quarter.
It's a 5-0 run to start this quarter of action. Feels bigger than that, Chris.
Does. Young with a shot that's no good. Day has the rebound.
Good rebounding action. Going to be a foul far from the basket there. It's going to be against Burlock. She's had great minutes off the bench in this one, though, Chris, and she's going to check out now as Maddie Putnam returns to the game, but she gets a good ovation from the crowd, as does Kirsten Newt, who she checked out. Payson Hall checking in to replace her. First substitution of the game for the Ponies.
Yeah, Payson Hall is a player that can make a difference when she's in the game, especially on the rebounding action.
That was Burlock's second foul of the ball game, just something to note as well. Again, good minutes off the bench in this one. The theme before the game was tough and physical. That was what happened last time these clubs met. Is that one going to be whistled against Kimball inside on the player control foul, headed back the other way?
Yeah.
Well, with that, it's going to be Young inbounding the ball. It's going to be over to Curtis. Jan Curtis, who's been all over the place in this one.
Yeah, that was an offensive foul against Kimball, and Coach Muzzy didn't like that call. He was discussing that with the official.
And you can feel the temperature starting to pick up here, Chris, as that one's knocked out of bounds off of the Wildcats. It's going to be headed back the other way. Both sides definitely understand, I said it before, what this game means, and it's been put out on display here in this one so far.
Certainly has been.
It's going to be Day setting up the offense over to Cook, and a little bit of a miscommunication, knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay Pony basketball, though, off the hands of Carolyn Buck. That's going to lead to a Coach Muzzy timeout. We're going to keep it here. Want to give you the opportunity to hear about some of the sponsors that have helped make these broadcasts free and available. Black Bear Cranes, a family-owned and operated crane and rigging service provider located in Herman, covering the state of Maine with cranes from 27 to 240 tons, from roof trusses, HVAC units, steel and precast erection to modular home and communications equipment. Call 977-BEAR today. You can check out our store to get your Eastern Maine sports merch, shirts, sweatshirts, hats, and much more. Check it out at easternmainsports.com or on our Facebook page. Check out and subscribe to our social media pages. We are on Facebook and Instagram at Eastern Maine Sports. TikTok, you can find us, and on YouTube, you can find us at Eastern Maine Sports Media. And on X, we are Eastern ME Sports. We are getting close to turning 2025. If you want to advertise during our busiest time of the year, please contact Mark via email at easternmainsports@gmail.com. or you can message the Eastern Maine Sports Facebook page. You'll be featured on our Facebook page with over 32,800 followers and over 9 million views in the last month. Those numbers will definitely get much bigger during the busiest month of our season, which is February. We'll have Facebook Live updates, audio broadcasts of some games on YouTube, highlight videos, interviews, and much more. Thank you for the following businesses for already committing to or sponsor our tourney coverage: Ral's Garage, Herring Brothers, Ames Chiropractic, Ideal Energy Solutions, Black Bear Crane, Harvest Moon Deli, Hammond Lumber, and Maine Highlands Federal Credit Union. Thank you to all of them, and thank you for returning to the action with us as it's day, setting things up for the Ponies.
Thanks for taking over, Zach. Guess my voice can't handle it today. Rebound there by Young for the Wildcats.
And she's been all over the place, Chris, in this one. 5 boards in the early going. And offensively, that was a good look for Nola Mason, just unable to get it to go. Clean look there from 3. Knocks it down for Maddie Putnam. Huge play and continues to extend this impressive Presque Isle Wildcat run. It's now 8-0 on the quarter.
8-0 on the quarter, yep. And almost 5 minutes gone. You got to find some offense here if you're Foxcroft.
And going underneath now to Hall, looking for just that, but it's knocked out of play. Going to stay Pony basketball here. Pair of substitutions now checking in. It's going to be Kiara Tompkins and Lenora Curtis returning to the action. Pass into the backcourt. And Day and company still looking for their first points of the quarter. Came into the second with an 8-7 lead. They now trail 8-15 in this one. 2:55 remaining as Kimball. Her look from 3, no good, and another Marion Young rebound.
Sometimes a lot of those smaller things don't show up in the box score as far as boxing out and rebounding, because people are looking for those points and those splashier numbers, but anything like that, is very valuable to help a team win.
Absolutely, and the eye test is showing that these two clubs are competing very hard on that side of the things and rebounding and trying to earn extra possessions for their two clubs. Cook now over to Day. Flashing across is Hall. She gets it. Hook in the lane, no good, and it's Tompkins fresh into the ball game. He has a rebound there. Curtis receives a double team. Extra pass inside to Lenora Curtis. 1, 2, 3. Back out to 50. Jan Curtis gets her first points of the second quarter, now in double digits. Little triangle offensive set works to perfection there.
What a quarter for Presque Isle. Getting into danger territory here if you don't get a basket for Foxcroft.
11-0 this quarter. Kimball to Mason. Mason from 3, off no good. And Lenora Curtis just going to let that one travel out of play. 1:42 now remaining in the quarter. And the lid back on the basket for the Ponies in the second here. Jan Curtis over to Tompkins, going to be whistled for a travel there. You got to wonder, Chris, there's only 1:34 remaining in the half, so we might not see it here, but you got to wonder if the Ponies are going to sprinkle in a full court trap or just try to mix something up and create a turnover, get a chance at an easy bucket.
Yeah, I mean, going into halftime, you'd like to be within single digits if you can.
Mason off the screen by Day, passes up the 3, gets it back, is going to take that one. Shot is short, though. Taken away by Putnam. Jan Curtis now back over to Putnam, swinging it across the perimeter. Curtis, shot from 3, that one's short, no good, brought down by Cook.
A little bit of a heat check that time for Jan Curtis. That one no good.
Mason, kick to Day, back to Mason. Good ball movement there, better defense by the Wildcats. 45 seconds remaining now in the half.
Young's done a good job of keeping Allie Cook in check.
Mason passes up the 3. Hall, nice flash across. Back out to Kimball. Shot off the glass, no good. Brought down by Curtis. And now all the action seems to be happening perimeter extended for the Ponies. Unable to knock that one down as Lenora Curtis has it ripped away by Maddie Kimball. A little extracurricular activity there. 18.4 remaining now. It's going to give an opportunity for the Ponies to end the quarter with points, which, Chris, hasn't happened so far.
Hasn't happened in this quarter, 11-0. Kind of want to be in single digits, like I said, going into halftime. Bring a little momentum with you into that halftime break.
Cook, her look at a three, no good. Marion Young and company battling for it. Going to be a foul. I think that's going to go against Day. Yeah, that one's going to be whistled against Addie Day. That's her third by mistake there, Chris. Yep. So with 5.8, ball back to the Wildcats here. Jan Curtis going to have a chance to end the quarter with some points. Kick to the corner, shot from three. Off the top of the backboard, no good, and that's going to be how the first half of action comes to a close. It's 18-8, Wildcats on top. We're going to take it to a break and rejoin you.
Brothers Meats is a family-owned and operated business located in Guilford, Maine. We operate a local retail meat market along with a slaughterhouse, smokehouse, and processing plants. Herring Brothers has all sorts of meats from already pre-cut all the way to cutting it right on the spot for you. Also, while you're there, don't forget to try their wicked good beef jerky that is made right in Guilford, Maine. Call them at 207-876-4395 or visit them at 346 Water Street Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Go and stop by Kimball Insurance for all your insurance needs. Whether it be auto, home, farm, business, life, or health insurance, we have you covered. Our agents are ready to serve you and help you with your needs. Visit us at Kimball Insurance at 91 Main Street in Sangerville, Maine, online at KimballInsuranceAgency.com, or visit us on Facebook to see what we can do for you. Kimball's, your insurance is our business. Rouse Garage in Dover Foxcroft to discover the difference between walking into a local dealership versus a big dealer that uses high-pressure tactics the second you drive onto the lot. From selling you a vehicle to servicing your vehicle, Rouse Garage will treat you like you are the only customer. While you're there, check out their state-of-the-art automatic car wash. Rouse Garage, call them at 207-564-3434 or visit them at 191 East Main Street in Dover Foxcroft, Maine.
And softball training facility has the perfect gift for the budding all-star on your holiday shopping list. Give the gift of training. Sluggers offers both group and one-on-one lessons for all levels. Give the gift of experience. From batting cages to advanced technology, Sluggers is the perfect place to get practice and improve skills. Give the gift of competition. Joining a travel team at Sluggers is a great way to learn and grow with new friends. You're sure to hit it out of the park when you give the gift of Sluggers.
Go and stop by Kimball Insurance for all your insurance needs. Whether it be auto, home, farm, business, life, or health insurance, we have you covered. Our agents are ready to serve you and help you with your needs. Visit us at Kimball Insurance at 91 Main Street in Sangerville, Maine, online at KimballInsuranceAgency.com, or visit us on Facebook to see what we can do for you. Kimball's, your insurance is our business.
Have you noticed bad behavior has become normalized at interscholastic athletic events? Some fans seem angry. They lack civility toward one another. Some even get aggressive and unruly. Time out! What is going on? This has to stop. Let's not forget, school sports aren't just about winning. And they're definitely not an excuse to take your frustrations out on the official or the opponent. They're about teaching lessons like perseverance, respect, and empathy, so students can learn and grow as people, not just as players. We all have a role to play in setting a good example for our students and teaching them these important values. So fans, it's time to step up your game and behave positively at interscholastic athletic events in Maine.
This message presented by the MPA and the Maine Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Rouse Garage in Dover Foxcroft to discover the difference between walking into a local dealership versus a big dealer that uses high-pressure tactics the second you drive onto the lot. From selling you a vehicle to servicing your vehicle, Rouse Garage will treat you like you are the only customer. While you're there, check out their state-of-the-art automatic car wash. Rouse Garage, call them at 207-564-3434 or visit them at 191 East Main Street in Dover Foxcroft, Maine. Go and stop by Kimball Insurance for all your insurance needs. Whether it be auto, home, farm, business, life, or health insurance, we have you covered. Our agents are ready to serve you and help you with your needs. Visit us at Kimball Insurance at 91 Main Street in Sangerville, Maine, online at KimballInsuranceAgency.com, or visit us on Facebook to see what we can do for you. Kimball's, your insurance is our business.
And softball training facility has the perfect gift for the budding all-star on your holiday shopping list. Give the gift of training. Sluggers offers both group and one-on-one lessons for all levels. Give the gift of experience. From batting cages to advanced technology, Sluggers is the perfect place to get practice and improve skills. Give the gift of competition. Joining a travel team at Sluggers is a great way to learn and grow with new friends. You're sure to hit it out of the park when you give the gift of Sluggers.
To Rouse Garage in Dover Foxcroft to discover the difference between walking into a local dealership versus a big dealer that uses high-pressure tactics the second you drive onto the lot. From selling you a vehicle to servicing a vehicle, Rouse Garage will treat you like you are the only customer. While you're there, check out their state-of-the-art automatic car wash. Rouse Garage, call them at 207-564-3434 or visit them at 191 East Main Street in Dover Foxcroft, Maine. Brothers Meats is a family-owned and operated business located in Guilford, Maine. We operate a local retail meat market along with a slaughterhouse, smokehouse, and processing plants. Herring Brothers has all sorts of meats from already pre-cut all the way to cutting it right on the spot for you. Also, while you're there, don't forget to try their wicked good beef jerky that is made right in Guilford, Maine. Call them at 207-876-4395 or visit them at 346 Water Street Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Go and stop by Kimball Insurance for all your insurance needs. Whether it be auto, home, farm, business, life, or health insurance, we have you covered. Our agents are ready to serve you and help you with your needs. Visit us at Kimball Insurance at 91 Main Street in Sangerville, Maine, online at KimballInsuranceAgency.com, or visit us on Facebook to see what we can do for you. Kimball's, your insurance is our business.
My name's Rick Ames, and now we have an office in Dexter, which is what we consider our hometown now. We still have our office in Lincoln, and we're loving that. We're looking forward to helping you naturally feel and be your very best.
Welcome back here now, and thank you for rejoining us on the halftime show in today's afternoon action between the Foxcroft Academy Ponies and the visiting Presque Isle Wildcats. Chris, it was a kind of intense and back and forth opening quarter, and then a second quarter that was dominated by the Presque Isle Wildcats, who finished that quarter up 11-0 over the Ponies as they lead in this one 18-8 as we get ready for the start of the second half of action. Chris, what are some of the takeaways from that first half?
Well, you know, I thought they did a lot of it in the first quarter as well, but it seems like the Ponies are pretty perimeter-oriented so far here this afternoon. I don't think that's going to be the way they find success. They need to drive the ball more to the paint. It's nice if you get, you know, a drive to the paint and then a kick out for a three, but it seems like a lot of these shots we saw, especially in the second quarter, were forced three-point attempts.
And give credit to the defense of the Wildcats. There's been a few occasions where some open face cuts have occurred, but for the most part, it's been forcing perimeter action. And don't get us wrong, both teams very capable of knocking down threes, and really the Wildcats got kind of hot in that second quarter and showcased their side of it. But the Ponies can definitely make those shots, but the reality is thus far in this one, you got to find the ball going through the basket to get a little bit of confidence. Get into the rim, get into the free throw line, having opportunities like that, it's only going to help your club in this one. So I think that's a really good point, Chris. Real quickly, just to wind down some stats from that first half. Starting for the Ponies, all of their points came in the opening quarter. You had Addie Day with 3 and Nola Mason with 5. That rounds out the scoring for them with a total of 8. Kind of rebounds across the board. A couple players with 2. Day, Cook, Kimball, and Mason, all 2 apiece. A lot of rebounding actions ended up out of bounds in this one, so both sides competing tough on that end. For the Wildcats, a little bit more by committee. You've got Maddie Putnam with 3 points, 2 rebounds. Burlock had 3 points as well, and Marion Young, only the 2 points, but 6 rebounds in that opening half of action. Pretty impressive, but leading all scorers in double figures is Jan Curtis. She had 10 and 4 on the rebounding action, so 10 points, 4 rebounds for her as she gets ready to start this third quarter of action. We thank you again for joining us. We do want to thank some of the sponsors that have helped make these broadcasts free and available. One of those sponsors is Black Bear Crane. Black Bear Crane is a family-owned and operated crane and rigging service provider located in Herman, covering the state of Maine with cranes from 27 to 240 tons. From roof trusses, HVAC units, steel and precast erection to modular home communications equipment. Call 977-BEAR today. All right, and with that, we return to the action here, Chris. It's going to be Wildcat basketball to start this third quarter. Looks like all the same starters for either side returning to the action here. Going to be a safe inbounds. Young to Curtis. Jan Curtis bringing it up, and away we go.
Another thing to watch out for is the Foxcroft, some of the Foxcroft foul trouble. Day has 3 fouls right now for the Ponies. So keep an eye on that here as we start the second half.
Something to watch out for indeed, as Mason able to bring down the rebound. One and done at the other end. It looks like the Wildcats have gone to a zone here. Something to watch out for as well, as it leads to an immediate turnover there. Marion Young comes away with it for the Wildcats. It's going to be Curtis electing to walk things down now. Kick to the corner underneath to Lenora Curtis. Extra pass out to Young. Good ball movement here and good patience on display by the Wildcats, working for the best shot they can.
Certainly no hurry with a 10-point lead.
The way they've played defense as well, it feels bigger than that at times. Buck now drives baseline, shut off by a couple of defenders, has to go back out to Lenora Curtis. Buck now with it, pass up top to Jan Curtis, resetting things now for the Wildcats. Dribbling through the action to Lenora Curtis. Extra pass. Marion Young just inside the three-point line. Shot no good. Brought down by Kirsten Newt.
Good setup, though, for that open shot. Good patient possession by the Wildcats.
Racing down the other end. Kimball, fancy footwork, but it's going to be well short. Maybe tipped on the way up and brought down by Young. 7th rebound of the game for Young. Working hard on both ends of the floor in that regard. Good ball movement here, ends up over to Jan Curtis. Looking for the post up, but good defense by Mason, trying to deny. Extra skip pass across, but good defense by the Ponies. Kick to the corner now, clean look from 3, shot no good, knocked out of bounds, going back the other way for the Ponies. Can't complain about the look for Putnam there, wide open from the corner.
Not at all. You want to see more going to the basket, too, here for Foxcroft, something I mentioned at the halftime. I think they might see a little bit more success if they can try to get some drives going to the basket.
It's going to be interesting to see how they navigate that end of things now, contending against this zone, which might give more freedom of movement, but can make things tougher nearer to the rim. Kimball flashes across, shot from the corner, short, no good. Brought down by Buck. Slowing things down again for the Wildcats, who are very content to make this a half-court game. Young, her shot, no good, brought down by Kimball. So quick shot there. It's going to give the ball back to the Ponies. Cook has it now, still looking for her first points of the ball game. And nice cut there. Cook down the heart of the lane. Had it tipped off a Wildcat. And
good flash down the lane by Cook, though.
Something we saw there in the first half, Chris. Good job by the Ponies. Coach Muzzy understanding and realizing and going straight to it there. So it was the right idea, but good active hands and defense on the inside by the Wildcats. That's going to lead to a timeout. Again, we're going to keep it here, let you know about some of the other sponsors that have helped make these broadcasts free and available. Thank you to Sluggers Training Facility, Kimball Insurance, Rouse Garage and Car Wash, Ideal Energy Solutions, Black Bear Crane, Ames Chiropractic, and Herring Brothers. Thank you to them for their sponsorship of Eastern Maine Sports Media's coverage of high school sports. Please support these local businesses as they help us bring the games free to you. You can check out our store to get our Eastern Maine Sports merch, shirts, sweatshirts, hats, and much more. Check it out at easternmainesports.com or on our Facebook page. Check out and subscribe to our social media pages. We are on Facebook and Instagram at Eastern Maine Sports, TikTok and YouTube at Eastern Maine Sports Media, and on X at Eastern ME Sports. We're also getting close to turning 2025. If you want to advertise during our busiest time of the year, you can contact Mark Kalman via email easternmainesports@gmail.com, or you can send a message to the Eastern Maine Sports Facebook page. You'll be featured on our Facebook page with over 32,800 followers and over 9 million views in the last month. Those numbers will get much bigger during the month of February. We will have Facebook Live updates, audio broadcasts of some games, YouTube highlights, interviews, and much more. If you want to advertise and get all of that coverage for your local business, contact Mark Calnan, easternmainesports@gmail.com, or on the Facebook page. All right, returning to the action now following the timeout. Purposeful drive there. Nola Mason went straight downhill, Chris, and something that you talked about came to fruition right there.
Yep, the same possession where they had Cook driving to the basket, flashing to the basket. That was a good look. It didn't work out, but this time Mason does the same thing. Gets to the basket. Now she's at the foul line.
Mason's first attempt. Nothing but nylon there. This is only the third and fourth free throws of the game in general. All free throws have been attempted by the Ponies. Addie Day split a trip earlier on in the ball game. Mason knocks down both. She's got 7 now.
First time in a while the Ponies have scored.
First points since the opening quarter.
Yep.
Jan Curtis, kick. Burlock, step inside, had it blocked away. Sticks with it, though, gets her own miss, and she's going to be fouled inside. Burlock, she covered a lot of ground right there, Chris. And I've been impressed with her off the bench. Going to be taken out underneath the basket here. It's going to be Jan Curtis set to inbounds. Ponies sticking with the zone off of the inbounds. Kicked out up top. Jan Curtis has it. Going to line up and take a three. Shot short, brought down by Day. Day and company trying to play with a little bit of pace here. Over to Newt. Cook has it now. Mason looked for that cut again. This time they give it to Day. Her layup at the rim, no good. Brought down by Allie Cook. The follow, good.
Again, go into the basket, create something positive.
And mentioned it before, but Allie Cook always involved in rebounding action. And right there, it's going to be a foul whistled against Nola Mason, which is going to send Jan Curtis to the free throw line. First free throw attempts.
Just the first foul on Mason as well. First free throw attempts for the Wildcats, right?
Yeah, first of the game. And that one off front rim, no good. Second one from the line. Different result there as Jan Curtis knocks it down. She gets her 11th point of the ball game. First of this second half. Day, again, playing with pace. Given up to Kimball. Kick, Newt. Shot just inside the three-point line, no good. Rebound strong and brought down by Marion Young. Curtis dribbles into a three, knocks it down.
Gonna call it a two. I guess her foot was on the line.
Long two there for Jan Curtis. Playing with confidence there, Chris. Mason pass underneath to Cook. Given back to Mason. Her shot from three. Front rim no good. Brought down by Brianna Burlock.
Seen the last couple possessions before that, they had success with the going to the basket. Last two times perimeter shots come up with nothing.
Swung back. Brianna Burlock lines up a three. Off the backboard, no good. Brought down by Maddie Kimball. Headed the other way now. Kimball, kick to Newt. Day calling for it. That's going to be a foul, I believe, against Young. Ran through the screen of Maddie Kimball. That's going to bring a substitution into the ball game. Checking back in is Rihanna Desjardins, checking in, replacing Marion Young. See how long she's on the bench. She does a lot for this club, especially in the rebounding game. Kick to Cook in the corner from three is good.
Beautiful pass and a beautiful spot. And Cook drains it, nothing but net.
Jan Curtis, shake and bake around the free throw line. Kick to Burlock, her drive. Player control foul. I believe it was Cook lying in wait. Good presence of mind on the interior. Right idea by the Wildcats there, but smart play on the defensive side. That's the third foul against Burlock here. Day has it. Kick underneath to Cook. Back to Day. One more to Newt. Face cut there. Well defended by the Wildcats. Day in the corner. Taking some patience this possession. Backdoor cut. It's Kimball. Had it knocked out of her hands. Good recovery by Carolyn Buck. Ball's going to stay with the Ponies as Lenora Curtis checks back in, replacing Brianna Burlock. 21-15, 1:58 remaining in the third quarter. Flashing across now is Cook. Thought about the three. Pass it up there, giving that to Addie Day. Pass underneath, that's Cook. One more to the corner, Day. Good defense by Jan Curtis. Shut off the drive there, dribble picked up. Well defended by the Wildcats. This is impressive defense, this possession down. That time, though, going to be whistled for a foul. That one against the newly checked into the ball game, Rihanna Desjardins. That's the team's fourth, so if they pick up another one this quarter, Chris, it's going to send the Ponies to the free throw line. Maddie Kimball on the inbounds, over to Mason. 1:27 now remaining in this third quarter. Kick to the corner, Newt thought about it. Pass it up, and again, returning to a lot of the perimeter action. Allie Cook lines up a three, off the rim, no good. Good strong rebound by Lenora Curtis, who gives it up to Jan Curtis. That's her spot. Lines it up, knocks it down.
She has a nice looking shot. That is her spot.
Have you met Jan Curtis? Because she's pretty good at this basketball thing. Knocks down the three there. Given up to Mason. Kimball, good dribble to escape there, but rebound strong into the hands of Jan Curtis. 24-15, Wildcats on top. Pass underneath, Lenora Curtis, nice move off the rim, no good.
That was a beautiful spin, though.
Day gets her fifth rebound of the game, and Maddie Putnam gets another steal there. 25 seconds now remaining in the quarter. See if the Wildcats play for one shot opportunity here. Curtis calling for the clear out. And Coach Llewellyn calling for the one shot. 10 seconds now remaining in the quarter. Curtis from the mid-range. Shot rolls off the rim, no good. Kimball has it. Over to Mason. 2 seconds, 1 second. Off back rim, no good. That's going to do it for the third quarter of action. 24-15 our score. We're going to keep it here. Chris, let's try to dive in, summarize some bits and pieces from that quarter. Allie Cook got things going. Nola Mason 2 points, but all things considered, Wildcats a good strong answer. And Chris, the first quarter was all Jan Curtis. The third quarter was all Jan Curtis. Accounted for all of the scoring for the Wildcats in the quarter.
Yeah, and that is her shot. She has a particular spot on the court where you can see that she loves to take that three-pointer. Thought Foxcroft did a good job in that quarter as far as coupled three possessions. They were able to get the ball to the basket, make successful things happen when they did that. And then kind of after that, it kind of all turned perimeter again, and that's when Presque Isle upped it to a 9-point lead again.
And I'm super impressed with the play of Jan Curtis in this one. And all of it seems very calm, collected, and just in control out there on the basketball floor. I mean, she's got 16 and 5, unofficially 5 rebounds, but definitely 16 points in this one. Her fingerprint all over this ball game. Another player, only 2 points, but Marion Young, 8 rebounds in this one, helping control the tempo for the Wildcats. Ponies, they did pick up the pace of play, and it was working well, but a good strong answer by the Wildcats. See how the Ponies and Coach Muzzy plan to come out here in this fourth quarter as Mason goes downhill, kick over to Hall, going to be fouled on the way up.
I think they can do that more and more. I really do. I think they found success in that third quarter doing that, taking it to the basket.
And that foul whistled against Maddie Putnam inside. Going to give a chance for Payson Hall from the free throw line. First one good. Second one from the line, same results. So free throws were a point of emphasis before the game from Coach Muzzy, and they've been knocking them down this one. 5 of 6 from the line. Just looking for points and stops in other ways, as that's going to be a foul against Mason. I believe her second, Chris.
Yeah, it'll be her second. Almost had the jump ball, but I think she got some arm on that one too.
Brianna Burlock and Marion Young checking back into the ball game. Young going to be the one inbounding it here. It's going to be a timeout taken by Coach Muzzy and the Ponies. We're going to keep it here again, Chris. 24-17 our score. Both sides already have a foul in the quarter. As a reminder, it's gone are the days of 1-1, and it's 5 fouls per quarter, equals 2 free throws.
Yes, and I did want to interrupt, just to let you know that we talked about some of the sponsors for the tournament, and if you want to sponsor and how you can. Wanted to mention people already signed up for our attorney coverage: Rowell's Garage, Herring Brothers, Ames Chiropractic, Ideal Energy Solutions, Black Bear Crane, Harvest Moon Deli, Hammond Lumber, and Maine Highlands Federal Credit Union as well.
Thank you to all of them, and thank you to you for coming along for the journey. And Chris, the season might be coming closer to an end, but really the coverage is just getting started.
It is. We got a long way to go. A lot of tournament games coming up. Just the Northern Maine tournament alone, I think 42 games in total, and then, of course, you got state games the weekend after. So.
And returning to the action, we're going to have an offensive foul on the illegal screen. That's going to be whistled against Carolyn Buck.
Which I believe we get the C&D state finals in Bangor this year, so that'll be nice to have that a little bit closer to home rather than taking the trip down to Augusta.
It's Mason now, bringing things down for the Ponies. Good show on the defensive side of things, not allowing any lanes now. Mason, up fake, well defended by Young. Payson Hall underneath came away with the rebound. Her shot no good.
Mentioned her earlier that she can do things underneath the basket, and she was able to get the rebound, but just wasn't able to get that one to go.
Can certainly be an X factor in this one. The defensive pressure extending now. Jan Curtis crosses the timeline, looking to set up the offense. Drives baseline, trapped along the baseline, but finds its way over to Buck.
Timeout. Presque Isle, 30 seconds.
Coach Crystal Flewelling saw something she didn't exactly like there. Maybe, Chris, if I was to ponder out a guess, saying maybe let's play controlled, compose, and do what's been working offensively, and probably drawing up a set here. What do you think Coach Muzzy and the Ponies are talking about here?
Well, do what you can defensively. I think overall, really, they've done a pretty solid job defensively. They've always been a solid defensive team. Offensive end, as I keep saying, and as I've said this whole second half, try to get more to the basket. Keep going to the basket. Positive things happen when you take the ball to the hoop.
Returning to the action now. It's going to be Young on the inbound. 6:35 remaining in this fourth quarter of action. Doubleheader action, senior day festivities, a lot of energy inside the gym here in Foxcroft. And a good basketball game on display on the floor right now. That pass intended inside. Marion Young, her runner in the lane, no good. Brought down by Hall.
That's the first step. You're going to obviously need some stops here in this fourth quarter, down by 7 with 6.5 minutes left.
Mason, good show on the defense by Buck. Forces a pickup of the dribble. Great defense there. Deserves repeating. Kick. Hall thought about it. Day comes away with it. Backdoor cut. Kimball on the way up. Fouled.
Yep. Beautiful job by the Ponies. The first step, getting the defensive stop, then come down here, and Kimball makes a nice cut to the basket and gets a nice speed. Now she's going to try to earn 2 to try to cut this down to a 5-point deficit.
And that is the thing about player-to-player defense. A lot of the time, if you overextend that pressure, that backdoor cut is oftentimes there. It's Kimball's first. Rattles in. Good on the first attempt there as Lenora Curtis returning, checking in for Marion Young.
Both sides filling up here, Zach, with some more basketball action to go here still here at Foxcroft Academy this afternoon.
Kimball's second, no good, brought down by Carolyn Buck. Good box out by Curtis inside. Clean look at a three, Putnam puts it in.
That's a big one.
That is huge for the momentum in this ball game. Good pass, good find by Jan Curtis there. As Mason, her drive underneath, throws it up and in.
Flop warning on Lenora Curtis for Presque Isle. Always gets the fans fired up for flop warnings.
It is interesting.
It's a new rule this year. Point those out. I think if you do it a second time, it is a technical foul.
Point of emphasis across the league. And
yep.
Sometimes if it's egregious enough, I have seen it whistled the first time. But that time, just a warning there. Something to watch, though, because the next one, I believe you are right, Chris, is a technical foul. Kick to the perimeter there. Curtis has it now. Mason, a lot of contact there. It's going to be whistled for a foul.
Nice to see many of the fans from the county coming down today as well, Zach. Presque Isle has a really good following all across the state.
Absolutely. Very successful program, historic program with a lot of pride. That's a second foul against Mason. Marianne Young, she went to the bench with her fourth foul. So something to watch here. A little trouble getting the ball in. That's going to be a 5-second violation. Ball back to the Ponies here, 5:31 to play. In today. Cook has it. Pass inside, that's to Nola Mason. Kick out to Curtis. One more, Hall, free throw line, off the back rim, no good. Mason, she comes away with a rebound. Her shot no good. Hall the follow.
Hall again. We got a 5-point game with just over 5 minutes left, Zach.
Hall doing it all on that possession.
Buckle up.
Jan Curtis, her drive, thrown up. Lenora Curtis, weak side. Hard contact, fouled.
Might be Mason's third there.
5 minutes exactly remaining.
It is the third on Mason. Still 5 minutes left, but great job on the offensive rebound. Something we talked about earlier, how well Hall can do and what she can provide off the bench for the Ponies.
And the bank is open on a Saturday for Lenora Curtis. Her first point of the ball game here. Another opportunity coming from the line. You know, first points, but she's done a lot of positive things in this one, Chris. Second from the line. Back rim, no good. Strong rebound. Goes to her, though. Extra possession here. 6-point game.
Jan Curtis thought about shooting a three, but she thought better of it.
Day. Player control foul called. That goes against Curtis. Headed back the other way now. And Chris, that's a fourth team foul. So offensive fouls never result in free throws, but everything else from this point on will be 2 free throws.
That becomes very big, and you're fighting a 6-point deficit if you can get to the line every time you foul. Then you got to knock them down, too, when you do get there.
Again, a point of emphasis Coach Muzzy talked about with us before the ball game here. As Day, dribble drive, throws it up and in. 4-point game.
Things heating up here at Foxcroft Academy.
And those are Addie Day's first points since the opening quarter of action. Chris, it also looks like player-to-player defense now for the Ponies. Jan Curtis, her shot, free throw line, no good. Brought down by Day, who has her 6th rebound of the game. Day the spin, runner, throw it up and in. Addie Day having a day. 4 quick points in quick order. Curtis calling out the set here. Timeout taken by Coach Crystal Flewelling. Kira Tompkins going to be checking into the ball game as well. Chris, 3:50 remaining here, 2-point ball game.
This is an 8-1 run right now by Foxcroft.
And a good timeout taken. I feel like this is an opportunity for Coach to say, all right, they've gone to a different defense. The temperature in the gym's definitely up. Let's calm a little bit. We're still in a really good position here.
Yep.
Definitely got to play without fouling from this point out, but just kind of a calming timeout here at this point.
And kind of a very similar game, at least score-wise, from the first time these two teams met when Presque Isle won 32-26 up there. And now you got a 28-26 game with 3:50 left. And this is going to be very interesting. This is a important game for both teams. I say it's more important for Foxcroft, just the way the standings show right now, as far as that prelim position. But it should be an exciting last 3 minutes and 50 seconds here, Zach.
And Chris, in the second half, reminder, Ponies didn't score in that second quarter of action. To this point, they're outscoring the Wildcats 18-10 here in the second half. Quick math from me. Hopefully that's accurate, but close enough. I mean, they've gone on a pretty impressive run.
You are correct. It
Thank
was
you.
18-8 at halftime. So
it's the reassurance I needed. And
yeah.
Jan Curtis, she helps reassure her team anytime she has the ball. Double team there, drive along the baseline, thrown up. We're gonna have a foul. I think that's gonna go against Day or Kimball. Actually, take your pick. There was a few players involved there. See who they go.
That's Mason with her fourth. That
is a monstrous.
Yeah, that's a monstrous call right there. And she has to be really careful. She's obviously one of the key components of this Ponies team.
And Jan Curtis, her first points of the fourth quarter. She has scored in every quarter. Helps stretch it to a 3-point lead now. Second from the line, same results. Clean trip there, 4-point game, 3:35 remaining. 3-2 zone. Mixing it up again for the Wildcats. Cook, passed up the three. Pass inside, tipped away, taken away on the deck. Ball back to the Wildcats. Player slow to get up here. Good opportunity to take a timeout. We're going to take it with him. Player on the floor. We're going to take a quick break and rejoin you.
Brothers Meats is a family-owned and operated business located in Guilford, Maine. We operate a local retail meat market along with a slaughterhouse, smokehouse, and processing plants. Herring Brothers has all sorts of meats from already pre-cut all the way to cutting it right on the spot for you. Also, while you're there, don't forget to try their wicked good beef jerky that is made right in Guilford, Maine. Call them at 207-876-4395 or visit them at 346 Water Street Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And stop by Kimball Insurance for all your insurance needs. Whether it be auto, home, farm, business, life, or health insurance, we have you covered. Our agents are ready to serve you and help you with your needs. Visit us at Kimball Insurance at 91 Main Street in Sangerville, Maine, online at KimballInsuranceAgency.com, or visit us on Facebook to see what we can do for you. Kimball's, your insurance is our business.
My name is Rick Ames, and now we have an office in Dexter, which is what we consider our hometown now. We still have our office in Lincoln, and we're loving that. We're looking forward to helping you naturally feel and be your very best.
Welcome back here now. Shout out to athletic director and trainer Jackie Turlot. She does a lot here at Foxcroft Academy, and didn't quite see exactly what had happened, but Hall checking out of the ball game. Blood involved.
Looks like she might have been kind of player might have kind of fallen on her, and maybe her face hit the floor.
Yeah, there was rebounding action. Definitely nothing intentional, but blood cleaned up off the floor. Player's going to return to the floor now. Definitely want to make sure Hall's okay. We'll keep an update on that to the best of our ability, but we will return to the action now as Kirsten Newt's going to check back into the ball game. Great minutes from Hall when she was in. So Jan Curtis now bringing it up. Helped make this a 4-point game from the free throw line moments ago. See if now the Wildcats try to just massage a possession here. Take as much time off as possible, as both sides will be shooting free throws the rest of the way out, barring an offensive foul. Pass to Lenora Curtis, and Lenora Curtis is going to head to the free throw line.
That
Is that Mason?
That might be Mason, yep. She's going to foul out of this one.
Mason going to be checking out of the ball game with her 5th and disqualifying foul there. First time she's checked out of the ball game entirely. And replacing her is going to be Shayla Cerulli, the senior, on senior day, going to be checking in. So, Lenora Curtis, her first from the line, good. Free throws becoming a story in this one. Both sides doing really well from the line.
These Curtis girls do so much for this Presque Isle team.
Second one. Off back rim, no good. Battle for the rebound, though. I believe that went off a Wildcat. It's going to go back to the Ponies here, but now your Ponies offense is contending without kind of your star player and Nola Mason. Addie Day's had a really nice fourth quarter, but it's going to require some players to step up.
See if somebody like a senior on senior day, Shayla Cerulli, steps up and makes a play. You never know here. Got just under 3 minutes to go.
Kimball now over to Day. Day, her shot from the corner. 3 is good.
She's been huge in this fourth quarter, in this second half.
Yeah, Day is picking it up here. She's got
7 in this quarter, yeah.
29-31 our score. Out to Putnam. Extra pass over to Buck. The Wildcats definitely playing with the intent of taking some time off and having purposeful possessions. Good job giving it back to Putnam there. 2:10 remaining now. Taken away for a moment. Ball on the deck. Players on the deck. Good job by Buck. Comes away with it for the Wildcats. Jan Curtis now able to get by. And that's going to be a foul that time against Day, is going to send Curtis to the free throw line. So it's been a Curtis free throw show here in the fourth quarter.
It's been the Addie Day show on the other side for Foxcroft. She's going to have to continue to do that with Mason now fouled out.
And Jan Curtis, good on the free throw there. Ice in the veins in this one. 1:55 remaining. 3-point game. Coach Muzzy, maybe icing the free throw shooter here, going to take a timeout.
Wanted to tell you, too, about some of the, before we get to the end of this particular broadcast, some of our merch, our new merch store that we have available. Got shirts, sweatshirts, hats, and much more. Check it out there on easternmainsports.com or on our Facebook page. Also, check out and subscribe to our social media pages. We're on Facebook, Instagram at Eastern Maine Sports, TikTok and YouTube at Eastern Maine Sports Media, and on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Eastern ME Sports.
And Chris, looking up at the scoreboard, 4 fouls on Addie Day now. So, with 1:55 remaining, Nola Mason out of the ball game for the Ponies.
And then you got the girl that's done all your scoring here in the fourth quarter, pretty much, with 4 fouls. So, danger time here if you're a Ponies fan.
And give credit to both sides for how intense this action has been, but Addie Day really stepping up to the plate in this fourth quarter, as has Jan Curtis and Lenora Curtis from the free throw stripe, and one more coming now for Jan Curtis.
Every point is big. This is the juncture of the game.
And that one, bottom of the net, 4 for 4 on the quarter.
So you're not going to ice me. Got ice in the veins here.
Day over to Kimball, over to Cook. Cook clean look. Back iron no good. Cook sticks with it. Comes away with it. Back it on up. Shot no good. Rebounding action comes away to Jan Curtis. Add another one to her scorebook. 1:28 remaining. Addie Day contending, but can't really be the one to foul here. Pressure and foul is going to have to come at some point. Shaylee Cerulli in tow with Carolyn Buck. Time coming off the clock here, Chris. And no call there. Both players hit the deck. Possession arrow stays Wildcats. I think Coach Muzzy is trying to see if the possession arrow
is wrong. He's saying that possibly the possession arrow is wrong, but
truthfully, I don't recall, but it's going to be Wildcat ball as they inbounds here. Marion Young gets it into Buck. Double team comes, bump along the sideline. That's going to go against Kimball, which sends Carolyn Buck to the free throw line. .106 remaining, 4-point game. Carolyn Buck. Back rim no good on the first attempt.
These are all big, as I just got done saying. Still a 2-possession game either way. She makes it, misses it.
Bank is open for the Wildcats today. Second bank free throw of the quarter. And that stretches it to a 5-point lead. 1:02 remaining now. Offensive possession is going to have to happen quick here for the Ponies. And on the gather, Shaylee Cerulli going to be whistled for the travel there. Ball back to the Wildcats. And here comes the full court pressure now for the Ponies. Curtis into Young. Tipped out of bounds by Kimball. And the hard part here, Chris, is Addie Day is in that tough position where you have to play aggressive, but you can't come up with that 5th and disqualifying foul. Young, a little trouble getting it in. Lenora Curtis along the baseline, going to be fouled. And that one. And actually, official from the far side flying in, and before the foul was called, which might have saved Addie Day's day.
Addie's Day's day, yeah.
Coach Crystal Flewelling does get the timeout. And a lot to digest here, Chris. 5-point game, so 2-possession game any way you slice it. It's going to be side out of bounds. So another chance here. Chris, do you potentially play offense to defensive substitution here? Try to get Addie Day out of the ball game with the clock stopped. Send someone to the free throw line if you have to. She can check back into the game at that point.
I think, yeah, you've definitely got to have somebody else foul. You don't want to lose Day. She's had the touch here in the fourth quarter for the Ponies, and there are other people out there that are capable of making shots for the Ponies, but she's really been feeling it here in the fourth quarter, so you can't afford to lose her.
Yeah, basketball is a game of rhythm and run, and she's had both in this fourth quarter. And with Nola Mason on the bench with those 5 fouls, we've said it before, but you got to think it's going to go through Day. And if you're the Wildcats right now, I want the ball in Jan Curtis's hands any way you can slice it, but see if nobody's back deep. If the Wildcats also try to escape long here. It was open, but playing it safe there. A lot of contact into Lenora Curtis. Over to Jan Curtis. And going to be fouled from behind there. That's the one's going to go against Newt.
Yep. And this juncture of the game, too, Zach, we want to start thinking about our player of the game. If Presque Isle does hang on, I think we could probably agree Jan Curtis would probably be the call.
Right now, Jan has 20 on the ball game.
Yeah, I think you can probably safe bet.
20 of the team's 34. First from the line, good. Make it 21 of 35. One more coming. Second from the line, same result. Ice in the veins. Screen set. Addie Day. Shot from 3. Off back iron, no good, or side of the backboard, rather. Poked away. Maddie Kimball going to be whistled for the foul. It's going to send Jan Curtis back to the free throw line here. At the conclusion of this one, if everything shakes out the way it's looking right now, we're going to be joined by our player of the game, Jan Curtis.
Maybe get Coach Welling up here as well if we can.
I am super impressed. We're going to keep it here at the conclusion, just keep chatting a little bit while our partner and friend Mark Cowden runs down and grabs Jan Curtis if this one holds on the way it's looking. And perfect from the charity stripe is Jan Curtis in the quarter. Day now. Drive to the rim, throws it up with the left, plus the foul.
I think if memory refreshes well for me, I think we've had Jane Curtis as a player of the game here before at Foxcroft Academy, if I'm not mistaken. Seems like we've interviewed her. Day's been big for the Ponies to keep them within striking range.
And Day's free throw no good. That did end the day for Marion Young. Only had the 2 points in the ball game, but was really dominant on the glass. Instrumental in helping her team get to the point where they're at right now, as they look like to this point they're going to be able to hold on for an impressive and intense game here, Chris.
Certainly was everything we expected, and we expect more from the varsity boys game later on with these same two schools, which might be even a bigger game than this one. Those two teams Presque Isle comes in at 12 and Foxcroft comes in at 13 with the top 12 making the tournament. Becomes a must-win for both teams.
Back iron, no good on the first. One more now, that one good for Lenora Curtis. Day going to be racing down. Can't understate the day she's had. That's going to be a carry. Ball back the other way.
I think she just lost it off her hand. Definitely didn't carry it on purpose.
She has not checked out of the ball game either. I mean, that can't be understated as well in this one. Played in, knocked out of play, but a foul before. I think that's against Kimball, which for the senior on senior night, that's going to be the 5th disqualifying foul.
And 3 players foul out this game, 2 for Ponies and 1 for the Wildcats. Going to get another senior checking in for Foxcroft to take Kimball's spot.
And it's going to be Grace Green checking in now. So 17.5 on the clock. It's Putnam to the line, off on the first. Good game by Maddie Putnam in this one. 2 threes. Solid defense. Free throw to boot. And with 16 seconds now, Day's going to race back down. Kick over to Newt. Going to take a little mid-range jumper. Shot no good. Jan Curtis comes away with it. See if they elect to just run this one out. That does look to be the case. Jan Curtis is going to end with 24 points in this one, Chris. Again, we're keeping it here just for a little bit. As you can see, broadcast partner Mark Calnan on his way down. In a moment, we're going to be joined by Jan Curtis, who I'm going to tally it up, but went a perfect 8 of 8 from the free throw line in the fourth quarter to really ice this one away.
It was really the foul shooting at the end that ended up icing it. Foxcroft got within 2. Never could get quite back over that hill, though.
And impressive to claw back in a game where they didn't score in the second quarter. The Ponies end up losing in this one, but it was a close game. Quality action from either side, as you can see Mark Calnan returning. And with him we have Jan Curtis. Hi, Jan.
Hi.
Thank you for joining us up here.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
First of all, my name's Zach. Pleasure to have you up here. What a performance out of you guys in this one, and let's just get straight into it. So, obviously, the first time you guys played, it was close there.
Yep.
It was close here again, and defense kind of rang true for you guys in that first half. They didn't score in the second quarter of action. What were you guys doing defensively that you felt was disruptive in this one?
Honestly, I didn't even know that they didn't score in the second quarter or whatever you said. But honestly, we practice defense so much because we know that's our offense is good, but our defense is a lot stronger than our offense, I feel personally. So I feel like just working on that in practice, and we all trust each other a lot, so thanks to that.
Well, your offense was strong in this one. I was actually a little bit worried it would get kind of cold up here when you came up because you have ice in your veins. You went a perfect 8 of 8 from the free throw line in that fourth quarter of action to ice this one away. You had 24 points in this one, but what was your mindset stepping up to the line? And it was a close game. It was 29-31 at one point. You stepped to the line, never got closer than that. So what was your mindset when you're stepping up to the free throw line in those type of close situations?
Well, I mean, we also do a lot of foul shooting, and I know sometimes I struggle with foul shooting, so just get up there, clear my mind. I have 10 seconds just to calm down and relax and just shoot a free throw.
And you did a great job of doing just that.
Thank you.
A win like this late in the season where you had to battle for it, and it was kind of close. What does that mean for you guys as you're trying to hold on for that home prelim and make a run in the playoffs? What does a win like this feel like for you?
It feels amazing. We always talk about how we have to come out and earn everything we get. Nothing is handed to us, and so we just try to come out and work hard every single game because we know these games are crucial late in the season.
Congratulations, Jan. We're going to let you go enjoy it with your team. I'll take the headset from you. Great game, Jan. All right, so with that, that's going to do it for our first varsity action of the day. What we're going to do now is we're going to end this stream, and then we're going to come live with the JV action. That's going to be a video-only broadcast. And then later on, after the conclusion of the JV game, we're going to be back with you in a full broadcast for the men's varsity action. But for now, signing off. Be back with you shortly here on Eastern Maine Sports Media.